a question for you. In 30 years from now, what will your life look like? If someone had to write about your eulogy, right? Someone had to write about your eulogy on the day of your death. What would they say about you? Would they say that you've given all of yourself? Would they say that you poured yourself out? You left all of your gifts on the planet? Or would they say that you wasted your time? You were a terrible husband. You were a horrible father. You splurged your money. You left no inheritance for your children. Well, my friends, that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to another episode of the Gold Digger Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Potential. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know when I drop another golden nugget like this and help us to get in the algorithm. So today we want to talk about legacy. Many of you are chasing after so many different things, including myself, right? I want to build a beautiful life. I want to build beautiful business. I want to be able to do some amazing things. But here's the thing that many of us do not take the time, including myself, to think about is that one day our time on the earth will expire. Our time on the earth will be no more. And when your time is no more, what will your family say about you? What will your children say about you? What will your coworkers say about you, right? Will they say amazing things about you, about your character, about your personality? Or would they say you were just the type of person that was chasing after things? My friends, the only thing that is going to leave a legacy is not the gifts that you buy for your friends and family. They'll remember those things. It's not the gifts that you buy for your children, and they'll love and appreciate those things. But it will be the legacy that you leave for them and through them. And if you're anything like me, one of the things that I've been thinking about quite a bit is leaving generational wealth. Generational wealth is passing down not only money, but passing down lessons, passing down books, passing down gems to your next generation, passing down ideas, passing down connections, passing down good habits that your children are going to be able to implement and use in their very own lives. I promise you this, you can acquire and hoard so many things. Like you can acquire as much money as you like. But one thing that's not going to matter is at the end of your life, you're not going to be thinking about how much money you made. I want you to look. I'm using iPhone right now to film this video to you. Steve Jobs, because of his business acumen, was one of the men that I admire, one of the men I truly admired. I mean, the man was a visionary. At the age of 55, Steve Jobs' time on the earth retired. This is a multi-billionaire, a revolutionary. He's been able to do things that most people only can dream of, will never do in this life. But at 55 years, his candle went out. And I don't believe while he was fighting with his sickness, he was thinking about how much money he had in his bank account. I don't think while he was fighting with his sickness, he was really thinking about the time he had to spend away from his daughter, from his family. I want you to really ask yourself, what is the legacy you're going to leave behind today? What is the legacy that you're going to leave after you are here no more? Because whether you think about it or not, many of us, we refuse to think about our death because it's gruesome. It doesn't feel fun. But one of the things I would challenge you to do is write a eulogy to yourself right now. When I say write a eulogy to yourself, how do you want to be remembered when you're gone? What would you want people to think about you? What would you have been proud to have left and done on the earth? One thing that I always often think about is whatever situation I come into, I want to leave it a little bit better than how I found it. I want to leave whatever situation I come into a little bit better than how I found it, right? I want to be able to pour out my love. Whenever I go into any situation, whether it's a business partnership, whether it's a relationship, I want that person their life, their experience to be that much better because I was a part of it. What legacy are you going to leave for your family today? What relationship, when your children think about you, are they going to speak about you with pride and dignity? Are they going to say, you are a loser, you were always chasing after money? Yeah, you provided them with all of the things, but you never made time for them. And if you know anything about children, children only want time. I've heard many women say they have husbands that can provide everything for them, but the husband never has time. The husband doesn't have time to give them the affection that they so desperately crave. The husband doesn't have time to buy them flowers to make them feel beautiful. The husband doesn't have time to make love to them the way that they would like because he's always running here and there. And this is not a blame game. I'm just asking you, when you are no longer here, what is going to be your legacy? One of the things, I'm turning 39 this year. In just a couple of months, I'll be 39. One of the things that I'm thinking about, one of the greatest legacies that I want to leave to my 4 children is wealth. The Bible says a good father leaves an inheritance for his children and his grandchildren. Let me repeat that again. A good father leaves an inheritance for his children and his grandchildren. That means I don't have the luxury to spend my money on nonsense. I don't have the luxury to consume everything. I don't have the luxury to waste my money on women. I don't have the luxury to not invest in the real estate market, to not invest in the stock market, because there is a burden upon me to leave an inheritance for my children and my grandchildren. What is going to be your legacy? What is going to be your legacy? Have you even thought about that? And I know many of you want to chase wealth. Wealth is beautiful. Many of you want to chase influence. Influence is amazing. Many of you want to chase accolades. Accolades are amazing. But I promise you, even the people that have been in the spotlight tell you that there comes a time when the spotlight goes out. When your 15 minutes of fame is over, when people are no longer shouting your name, when people are no longer excited when you come around, what will be your legacy? What will people say about you? What will the people that know you best say about you? Will they tell stories of how amazing you poured into their lives? You were the type of person that whenever they felt down, whenever they felt like giving up, you were the one to uplift them. You were the one to always tell them that there's going to be a better day. Nothing lasts forever. You were the one that people can call when they're having tough times and tough situations. They can depend on you because your yes means yes and your no means no. Guys, your legacy is 10 times more worthy or more valuable than your money ever will be. What is going to be your legacy? What are the things that you're going to leave for your family? Besides the real estate, besides the stocks, besides the money, what else are you going to leave for them? Are you going to leave memories? I remember that my mother and my father used to take us on these amazing trips and we'd have amazing family time together. I remember my father would sit down and inculcate within us things that changed me, changed us as people, changed us as better men, better women, better business people. Guys, one of the greatest things I'm going to leave to my children is my diary. Because in my diary, they'll be able to see my challenges. They'll be able to see moments where I had moments of weakness, where I felt like giving up. They'll be able to see where I overcame. They'll be able to see where I couldn't figure it out. But I implemented discipline. They'll be able to see the books that I read. They'll be able to acquire my books. I have a massive library. So if they're searching for money, if they're searching for wealth, if they're searching for any level of wisdom, they'll be able to go in my library and find that. What will your legacy be? What will you leave for your family? Not only your family, what will you leave for your community? I think it was John F. Kennedy who says, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I take that to mean, what can I give? What value can I offer to the marketplace, to my community, to my neighbors, to society at large? God, I know there are so many problems right now. Many of you are amazing. If you just implemented your imagination, there's so many problems you can solve right now. What is going to be your legacy? Is your legacy going to be one of simply chasing money? Is your legacy going to be one of you chasing after women, drinking and partying every other weekend? Is your legacy going to be, yeah, he was great. He was wonderful at business, but he was an a-hole. Everyone hated being around him. He was arrogant. He was egotistical. Everybody hated him. Is that going to be your legacy? Are you going to be a legacy that was a man of faith? I saw that man go through every trial, every situation with dignity. He always held his head high. He never took the low road. He always took the high road. And I can see in his eyes the agonizing pain of taking the high road, but he had never allowed society, he never allowed circumstances, he never allowed situations to make him take the low road. What is going to be your legacy? When I think about legacy, I do think about leaving wealth to my children. I do think about leaving finances to my children. I do think about leaving real estate to my children. But one of the things I always think about is leaving something, leaving this world a little bit better than I found it. That's the reason why I wake up every day to put out a video like this to encourage you, to let you know that you are amazing. You can do amazing things. You are worthy. You are enough. Everything is available to you. You can have any and everything that you want in this life. I recognize that so many of you, life has beat you up, just like life has beat me up. But we're not going to cower. We're not going to capitulate. We're not going to acquiesce. We're not going to abnegate our thrones. We are going to rise above every situation. That is going to be my legacy. Guys, if you're struggling to find out what your legacy is, if you're struggling to find out, hey, what is even my purpose in this life? I don't know what my next move is. Like, I'm trying to figure this thing out. I don't even know. Guys, go ahead and grab my ebook right now, Going Through the Storm. I've been able to build a multi-million-dollar business, and in a short period of time, through divorce, lost everything that I built. But you'll notice that while I was going through the storm, I never cowered. I never gave up. I never took the low road. I never became bitter. I overcome. And if the ebook is not enough, go ahead and book a one-on-one call with me. I'd love to share some gems that are working for you, that are working for me, and I can guarantee you will work in your life if you implement them. Go ahead and book a call with me, and let's talk about your legacy. Because guess what? You only will be here for a short period of time. Even if you're here for 90 years, in the grand scheme of eternity, that is a short period of time. One of the things that you got to start focusing and thinking about is, what is going to be my legacy? What am I going to leave behind me? Many people are going to leave this earth and no one would have ever known that they were here. No one would have ever known they were here because they played small. They played comfortable. They did just enough to get by. They did just enough to not be noticed, and thereby left no legacy. If that's not what you want, go ahead and like this comment. I want you to comment below. I want you to become part of this family. I want to hear your thoughts. What are some of the things that you're struggling with? What are some of the things that you've been able to overcome that someone in our community can benefit from? One of the things that I want to do in this community is always provide value. Value that we can grow together. Value that we can learn from one another. I don't know it all. Maybe there's something you can share in the comment that's going to help me as well. Go ahead and comment below. Make sure you like this video so it can help us get in the algorithm, and I will see you on the next one.